This week on Main Streets and Back Roads, we're at Baker Creek State Park in McCormick, South Carolina.
Created in 1967, the 1,305-acre park offers over 10 miles of hiking trails, a lakefront pavilion, picnic shelters, 34 campsites, and easy access to Lake Thurmond.
It's nearly 3 miles from the entrance to the ranger station, but the roads are very well kept and maintained.
Plenty of parking at the ranger station for anyone that wants to jump on one of those walking trails.
And as we were making our way down to the pavilion, we met the new Assistant Ranger, Chris.
Hey, I'm Ranger Chris. Welcome to Baker's Creek.
The pavilion provides a great view and potential for a great family reunion or a birthday party.
And of course, if you followed any of our old videos, you know exactly what we're doing. We are here to get our Ultimate Outsiders book stamped.
And now we're back over at the campground area, so we figured we'd give you a ride through the park so you can see all 34 spots.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun.
So after we picked up some firewood down at the park ranger station, he was telling us about a cemetery on the property just across from the ranger station. There's a sign there pointing toward the trailhead. There's a tree blocking it off, so we're gonna go see what we can find.
You said it's about a half mile in. Are you good?
I'm good. Water over there.
And they did say there would be some obstacles because there's only a couple of rangers right now.
Yeah, they currently only have 2 rangers at this park. So we see this mound. Over here I see a bottle. No markings on it, but really cool growth inside. What would you call that, moss? We'll put it back. It's been there for a while. We'll leave it there. A little bit further in, saw that piece there. And I saw a 55-gallon drum. Wonder if someone made distilled spirits up here at one time. Moonshine. All right, a little bit further in. I don't think this is the cemetery though.
It says U.S. Army War Department Corps of Engineers. Traverse Station, $250 fine or imprisonment.
Year 1917?
47?
47.
1947.
Property corner with GPS coordinates, it looks like on there. So we hiked all through the woods, the hiking trail, the biking trail, and we ended up on this old gravel road. And we finally asked Siri for help. And it says we're close to it. 9 minutes away. We'll see what happens.
It looks like it's basically right in front of us that way. Maybe 0.2 miles, I don't know.
Let's walk a little further. I guess this is some of the debris from the
So we
putt-putt
walked
thing.
several trails and walked through the woods, but we never found the cemetery. If you found it, leave us a comment. One thing we love to do is to get outside the parks and explore the local areas and attractions. We had heard about the Long Cane Massacre site and we wanted to check it out.
When we got back out to the edge of the park, we just punched in Indian Massacre site in our GPS, and it took us down the longest dirt roads, gravel roads, and then all of a sudden, guardrails, a bridge in the middle of nowhere.
Both of our GPSs took us to the wrong locations, but we did find some cool things along the way.
I'm sure this is a really cool walking trail, but again, the wrong GPS coordinates. When we saw this, what appeared to be a roadway, we wondered if it connected to the one we had seen in 96 South Carolina that the settlers had used. And when we headed back out, we saw this sign.
First a path, then a road. This is the Old Virginia Path. It is part of the Old Indian Trading Trail. Pioneers of the Piedmont and Abbeville district used this trail to travel to Charleston and Augusta. In 1825, the Charleston Road was constructed along this trail by Robert Mills, the designer of the Washington Monument. For many years, stagecoaches operated regularly along this route.
Jennifer was starting to get a little bit sleepy and I was getting hungry, so we just said to heck with it and decided to head back to the campground. Once we got back on the main road, I saw a sign for Troy, and I remember seeing something on Google about the site being in Troy.
Just as I was falling asleep, since we only slept about 1.5 hours the night before, I felt Todd slam on brakes and we saw this.
And that historical marker reads, Long Cane's Massacre. 3 miles west is the site of an attack by Cherokee Indians upon settlers of Long Canes in the Cherokee War of 1759 to 1761. There on February 1st, 1760, about 150 settlers refugeeing to Augusta were overtaken by 100 Cherokee warriors. 23 victims left on the scene of action are buried there in one grave. We made our way on down the narrow dirt road, which by the way is very well maintained, and it ends up at this little cul-de-sac area with just a turnaround. A little bit of mud there, hadn't rained much, so I can't imagine if it had been raining. And there's actually a duplicate sign from just like the one that's at the highway. And we made our way on across the bridge here and paid our respects. This marker reads, in memory of Mary Winifred Patrick Norris, Eliza Rents Norris, Ezekiel Norris, William Norris, Sarah Norris. Died here 1st of February 1760, Long Cane Massacre, and this was erected by the descendants of Robert Norris.
Patrick Calhoun, Esquire, in memory of Mrs. Catherine Calhoun, aged 76 years, who with 22 others was here murdered by the Indians the 1st of February 1760. Give us a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed so you can check out where we're going to next.